Introducing the all-new Italiano range of pizza. Pizza Ultimo. Pizza Hut.
A consumer lodged a complaint with the police today regarding alleged fraud that had taken place at a filling station in Rajagiriya. The consumer charges that the employees at this filling station had overcharged him for fuel.
The consumer alleges that he had been a victim of this fraudulent act on 2 occasions at this filling station. An argument had broken out today when the consumer confronted the employees at the filling station today. The police too arrived at the scene. Footage of this argument was recorded on a mobile phone. I filled up my vehicle with diesel at the station yesterday. A full tank for my jeep usually costs about 17,000 rupees, but the meter hit 20,000. So I told them that this cannot be, and that a full tank only costs 17,000. So the people here got together and said, unload the diesel that was pumped if you can and show us. I said it was okay, that it was my mistake, and returned today with my other jeep where I had emptied the tank. That takes 51 litres and it usually costs about 7,200 rupees. But today the meter hit about 9,700 rupees. Then I showed them the older bills and said that it cost only 7,200. Then they had to accept it and they were caught. Then he said he was sorry and not to make too much noise about it and shout about it, that he would return the money.
Sorry, කාටත් කියන්න එපා මේක කෑ ගන්න එපා මේ සල්ලි ටික මං ආපහු දෙන්නම් කියලා.
At every pump we have put up a notice. The consumer can clearly see it and you can record it if you wish. That the customer must check if the meter is at 0 before filling up. What occurred here is that this has not happened. We do not know if there is a problem. We will look into it and fire the employee responsible. If he had gotten off and checked if the meter was at 0 and then paid the money, there would not have been a problem. This is what happened. Our employee cannot commit fraud if he had done this properly. The police subsequently arrested the employee at the filling station. The Walikada police are conducting further investigations.
You're watching News First, and up next is a look at Action TV. At the School Development Committee meeting of the Walasmulla Model Primary School held last Tuesday, the school's principal made clarifications regarding an expose carried out on Action TV on 3 prior occasions. The backdrop for the Action TV expose was created through an incident where a child is said to have been enrolled to grade 1 of the Walasmulla Model Primary School this year and then excluded 2 weeks later. However, the principal of the school has firmly rejected that this boy was enrolled to the school or that he attended classes here for 2 weeks. Action TV pointed out that as a result, this boy and his parents are now facing the challenge of disproving the principal. The Action TV camera also captured footage opposite the school which proved that the claims made herein are not baseless. Although the Walasmula Zonal Education Office, which investigated this matter, did not listen to these children, the clarifications made by the principal at Tuesday's meeting make it apparent that she had made inquiries from these students. We asked whether he knows Kalhara. He said yes. That student is Prabhat Dilruan, who is in year 1F. However, this child is Kalhara's mother's brother's child. There is another matter which this teacher has failed to respond to. This matter is the preparation of a false student record by the school for this boy's mother to show that she was a past pupil of the school in order to enroll the boy on the basis of having a parent who was a past pupil. When parents arrived for the school development committee meeting on Tuesday, the boy in question was also standing near the school. The teacher in charge of the class, which this boy was allegedly part of for 2 weeks, did not speak at the Tuesday's meeting. Up next is the bitter truth.
On the 2nd of this month, the president of the Punjab Cricket Association in India, I.S. Bindra, made a startling allegation on his website that Sri Lanka Cricket had swept aside a report on an investigation into an Indian cricketer spending the night with the representative of a bookmaker at his hotel room during the Indian team's tour of Sri Lanka in 2010, following arm twisting by the Board of Control for Cricket in India. However, issuing a communique later, the Chief Executive Officer of SLC, Ashley De Silva, denied that there had been any such incident. Nevertheless, former President of SLC, Thilanga Sumathipala, says that SLC's statement cannot be accepted. During an interview with a Sports First investigative journalist, Sumathipala affirmed that there is truth in the statement made by I.S. Bindra on his website.
මේ තරගයේ පැවැත්ලා තියෙන දඹුල්ලේ මේ තරඟාවලියේදී ඉන්දියාවත් ලංකාවත් තරගයට දවස් දෙකකට කලින්
This match was held in Dambulla. 2 days prior to the match, the Sri Lankan and Indian cricket teams checked into the hotel. A woman accompanied by another man had come to the hotel to meet with the players. The first time, security units did not permit this woman to enter. However, later this individual took the woman in and he somehow made arrangements for the woman to enter an Indian cricketer's room. This woman had gone to the Indian cricketer's room at about 10:30 or 10:45 at night. She had been in the hotel till about 5:45 or 6 in the morning. That was when the woman came out of the cricketer's room. So the management of security at the time submitted a full report on this to Sri Lanka Cricket and the manager of the Indian cricket team. Subsequently, this became a disciplinary issue. However, further progress of this investigation has been halted. It is very clear that the president of the BCCI at the time, Srinivasan, and the secretary of SLC at the time, Nishantha Ranatunga, brushed this under the carpet. At present, Srinivasan's son-in-law has been arrested for match fixing. He has been caught for fraud of millions and there is evidence. That is why he has been made to resign from the post of president of BCCI. When inquiries are made, it becomes evident that the woman involved in this incident and the woman who was in the hotel in Dambulla in 2010 are the same person.
2006 දඹුල්ලේදී කණ්ඩලම හෝටලේදී කාන්තාවත් එකම පුද්ගලයා හැටියට වාර්තා වෙනවා. දැන් සාක්ෂි
What evidence is there to prove this? SLC especially says that nothing of this sort occurred.
Ashley De Silva මහත්මයා සම්පූර්ණ බොරුවක් කියන්නේ.
Ashley De Silva is lying. He is knowingly lying. It is false to say that there was no such report. The BCCI has not said that such a report was not submitted to them. Bindra was a president of the cricket board. When we were in difficulty, he brought the Indian team here. He is an honest and talented cricket administrator. He does not need to lie that such an incident occurred in Sri Lanka. At the same time, this has been reported to the police. It was the MSD that was on duty at the time. This woman was also involved in the final. India lost by 75 runs. It is also being reported by the Indian media that persons connected to this woman had come to Sri Lanka during the SLPL. Who is behind this? Why are these people being called to Sri Lanka? A broad investigation is needed into why these people are acting freely.
ලංකාවට කැඳවගෙන ඉන්නේ ඇයි මේ අයව මේ විදිහට නිදහස ඇසින් දෙන්න කියන ගැන පොල් පරීක්ෂණයක් අවශ්‍යයි.
This happened in 2010 and now several years have passed. As a responsible person, why did you not discuss this at that time?
I did not have an understanding of it. I became knowledgeable after the investigations in India.
Can you say now who this cricketer is?
මහත්මයා ගැන තමයි වාර්තා වෙන්නේ.
Reports say that it was. Everyone is afraid to say the name. This is because SLC has said no. When you say, they can say that it is false. Get together and file a case against you and sue you for millions.
දාලා කෝටි ගාණක් වන්දියක් ගන්න.
Sports First remains vigilant regarding the revelations made by Thilanga Sumathipala.
The second phase of the Gamada program organised by News First to support the rural community is currently underway at the fishing harbour in Hungama, Kalimatia. We now cross over live to the location once again to find out the progress of this forum.
Good evening once again.
We seem to have experienced a technical problem in connecting with our correspondent in Hungama. Now moving on to other local stories. The Janas at the Perumal People's Welfare Front says that instead of becoming entangled in debates about the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, what political party should be doing is searching for solutions to problems faced by the people. The leader of the front, Venerable Bhattaramulle Silarathanathera, expressed these views at a media briefing convened today.
මේ පළාත් සභා ක්‍රමය මේ රටට වැඩක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ.
This provincial council system is useless for this country. It is useless to the people of this country. Now both sides are clinging to the 13th Amendment. There is no one to spiel off the cost of living being borne by the people. So instead of speaking of the 13th Amendment, let's talk about what relief we are going to give the people. What should we be doing? We must reduce the burden of the cost of living on the people and nourish the poor of this country.
අඩු කරලා පුළුවන් තරම් මිරටේ දුප්පත් ජනතාව පෝෂණය කරන්න ඕනේ.
Up next is a look at a flashback.
Endless threat of wild elephant attacks. News First reports on incidents on a number of occasions. February, a number of villages including Mahasengama and Pidurangala in Alakolavawa, Sigiriya at risk from wild elephant attacks. 11th May, tense situation in Mariarawa Madulla in Monragala following a wild elephant incursion. 17th May, threat of wild elephant attacks in the villages of Watagamu and Silathanna in Haldumulla, Haputale. 24th May, 2 homes damaged in Mahawa in a wild elephant attack. 25th May, a man is killed in a wild elephant attack in Serupitiya Giranduru Kotte in Mahiyanganaya. This month, wild elephants attack a home in Mailewela, Hambegamua. Several homes on Yaport Road in Hambantota damaged in a wild elephant attack. 23 villages under the purview of the Dambulla Divisional Secretariat have seen wild elephants encroaching on 82 occasions within a 23-day period in the month of May. Why are the authorities silent? Should facing the threat of wild elephant attacks become a daily ritual for these people?
2 accidents were reported from our News First U reporters today.
This accident took place at around 3:30 this morning in close proximity to the Kandy police station. The 2 vans collided head-on as a result of speeding and 6 injured persons have been hospitalized. The police say that they have arrested a driver.
News First U reporter Mama Anurag Vijayasinghe Manuwara සිට
A 3-wheeler met with an accident when it fell into a pit in Temple Road, Mount Lavinia at around 7:30 last night.